Hi Aries, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for a tarot reading for all Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Happy birthday to any of you who are celebrating. If this is your sun sign, I've mentioned before I'm also an Aries sun sign and have a birthday coming up later in the month, and hope all of you are enjoying your season. I appreciate you. I send you love and positive energy every single day. And if you are new here, welcome to you. I post new readings on Friday, then again on Monday. So if a reading doesn't resonate, don't ever try to force it. Just come back in a couple of days. You can watch a new reading. Fridays are a general reading. Mondays are a different style every week. So later in the month, I'll do a 4-month predictive, which I don't do very often. So that'll be kind of a special reading. And I've done a law of attraction tarot reading and more detailed Celtic cross style readings. So if you like tarot and you like the channel, I'd love to invite you to subscribe to Higher Source Tarot. All right, what advice do you have for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? What does Aries need to know, please, for the best and highest good of all concerned with Aries? Messages for Aries, please. All right, we'll start with the tarot, then we'll have the Angel Answers Oracle cards. Hopefully we have enough room here. Didn't really test this out. All right, you've got the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Hanged Man, the World, the Magician, the Devil. Boy, a lot of major arcana here. The Four of Swords and the King of Swords. Well, I feel like you're going to have a changed perspective on somebody, but I don't feel like it's because you're going to let them back in, okay? There may be something here in terms of, if it's your sun sign, you might be taking an inventory of your life and really looking at who do I want to spend my time with, because you have wonderful energy around you. But I do feel like with that Seven of Swords and then the two fours are about measurement, order, stability. I do feel like if it's not a person, it's things around you that are not good for you. And if it's something to do with alcohol or drinking with the devil here, I just think that you're going to take measures to make your life feel more organized, more stable, and it's going to feel great. I mean, you've got the three major arcana. Major arcana are symbolic of major life events, and especially because you have the Magician and the World here, this is significant. It's like this big, you've got the Hanged Man here too, which the Hanged Man and the World are both associated with the number 4 because of the position of their legs. And so I do find that interesting when they show up together, because there's something important about that. I've mentioned this before, kind of anecdotally here or there. I used to sleep with my legs in that position, and it had nothing to do with tarot consciously. But sometimes I wonder if the subconscious was like trying to get me to be, I don't know, more into this spiritual juxtaposition here with these cards. But you have a wonderful evolution here that's going to bring an insight. It's like deeper meaning, but it's a new perspective that comes from self-mastery. It's wonderful energy. So the Four of Pentacles, he can be the miser of the tarot, but I also think of him as like Marie Kondo and, organizing your life, getting feng shui into your life, doing some things in your physical environment. If you've got a lot of clutter and stuff that you don't need anymore, I see you as organizing that. And it's like into this next year, really bringing in a brand new clean slate, getting rid of things. And I know he hangs on to those pentacles, but it's also about like really recognizing, what do I need here? What makes me feel good here? And whatever doesn't touch my heart, touch my soul, it's gone. If it's a sweater you were wearing during a breakup, get rid of the damn thing. There's no good in keeping something that might have a negative association. But I do feel like with this Four of Pentacles too, I feel like it has to do with this whole concept of self-mastery, and just in terms of really getting your life into a place where you feel really good about the direction that it's going financially. Your body feels good to you. Your love life too. And so as you move forward into this next cycle of energy, it certainly could begin in April, where you have a turn of events here that really brings this forward. I mentioned, I think you've got air here, you've got Capricorn, and you've got Earth, okay? So you have all the elements really with the Magician. Why am I picking him up? Dear Lord, I don't know what that was about. I apologize. You got the Seven of Swords here. So again, the Seven of Swords is an interesting card because sevens are about successful conclusions, and the yellow background is also very positive. However, the image on the card depicts somebody who didn't plan things out very well. So I do feel like it's either more symbolic of you getting more organized in your life, or it truly is about somebody who hasn't been a good friend, they haven't been a good companion, they haven't been somebody who's an uplifter. And so I also feel like, too, something about this energy makes you feel uncomfortable, and you're not going to keep it around. So if it's a person, place, or thing, it's gone. Okay, so this is where cross watchers start to get mad. But it doesn't, it's just how it is. It's in the cards. The Seven of Swords can be somebody, too, who's slanderous. But in this case, I just feel like they're rather impulsive. And if it's related to the devil and it's actually a person who drinks too much and they run their mouth when they're drunk, again, I just don't see you, trying to become an Al-Anon black belt to deal with them. I just feel like it's more about kind of letting go in love and not in an aggressive way at all. It really is just more about the focus is on you. And that's your best investment of all, Aries. So with the Hangman, there's a bit of an awakening here. Now, the Hanged Man in some decks is actually called Awakening. And so with this card, it really is a new perspective being revealed as the crown is illuminated, right? He stands on his head. And when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. It's simply that. So with this Hanged Man energy, it's a bit of a reversal of perspective, but it's more wisdom. It's also a card that I say often is surrender to win. You release all the resistance here. Now, this can also be the card of the poet, the writer. So if you're somebody that you have sort of a penchant for writing, get yourself some time to do it. You may find you write a book quickly if you're somebody that wants to write a book or something that long, or a screenplay, or just allow yourself to have time with those creative juices flowing, because this is important. It leads to more for sure. Now, in a relationship too, this is really about going deep. It's a card too that suggests that we're somewhat unmoved by outer appearances. But what I feel like with this is it really means, in terms of a relationship, feeling that energetic connection. And that's what's really important. It doesn't mean that you're going to end up with somebody you don't find aesthetically pleasing, because I feel like you do have an attraction with somebody here. But with this, it really is about, again, being in a deeper level commitment. Well, we love the World, the dancer of the tarot here, in that wreath of victory, which is a portal into the divine. So again, we're in a place of meditation. It's being easy about things, but the world is like a brand new lease on life. It's a life with no restrictions. It's a new cycle that brings in achievement, really. In the major arcana, when the soul meets the world, the soul gets all of the achievements, has everything come in. So I do feel like for some of you, even though you have a bit of a judicious energy here where you're thinking about getting things more organized, I do feel like in terms of work and being around people, you're going to be in sync. Again, anybody that can create something outside of work, this is a wonderful energy where you will be in flow. Like I said, that creative juices energy, let it go, let it get out, because there's something important about this where you're going to have a high level of creativity. This can be a card of seeing the world too. But I do feel like with that, in terms of that Four of Pentacles, there may be something there about starting to save money, like we talked about, looking into the future at things and getting more organized if you're looking to take a trip, so that you're well planned out. You're not worried about financial aspects with that. So the Magician is the great transformer of the deck, and you have a power within you. You have a lot of influence over people too in this energy. So I also feel like for those of you that are cutting out a person, I do feel like other people around you are going to come forward and be very much in support of it. Kind of like, oh God, I was waiting for somebody to do that. Or it's about time. This has gotten crazy. It's really going to be supported. And I don't feel like you do it to influence anyone else. It's just part of what's coming from within. So with the Magician, you're the master manifester. So you have a great facility here too to pull in new people, new energies, but they're higher level energies with this. This is like bringing heaven to earth. And so it really does tell you that you create your own reality. You can have, do, or be anything in the energy of the Magician. Now, the magician's hermetic teaching here is know thyself, because when you know yourself, you know the universe. So it really is on a real understanding, and you may find you notice in the smallest of ways how you're manifesting things, and that's a real turning point for you guys. Now, with the devil energy being here, I mentioned before, anything limiting around you is going to be, you're going to 86 that. I just don't see you staying in this. But the good news is about the devil is it represents contrast. You've paid the price of contrast, and when you know contrast, you experience contrast, you know what you want. So it makes it very easy to go right towards the light. The shadow in the background, that black is the shadow aspect too of yourself. So it really helps you understand how you're manifesting things. We don't try to run from the shadow, we go right towards it. And that's what really empowers you. Well, speaking of empowered, the Four of Swords is all about getting back to center. It's a card of quiet time, of self-care, of meditation. So again, you're going to take time for yourself. Or if you haven't been planning on it, they keep telling you to. They're urging you to do that. There's something very special about this, because when you clear your mind, it's going to allow you these new creative ideas that are going to be almost a catalyst into more. So I still feel like, even though it feels like work stuff goes fine, I do feel like there's something extra coming in where you're designing something, you're creating something that's going to yield money, okay? It really comes from this place, though, of quieting the mind. So the King of Swords comes in, and he's got kind of a duplicitous role in this reading. One part is the mental clarity. So you quiet your mind, you quiet all that noisy stuff down, you know exactly what to do. In terms of communication, you have a great facility, like we said, for anything written or any presentations, but he's very direct. So anything that you need to cut free from your life, you're going to do it right here and right now. So there's definitely a positive energy coming forward for you here. And I do feel, like I said before, it's a turning point, you know, letting go of something that hasn't served you for a while. It feels more pesky than anything else. So what else does Aries need to know here, please? Messages for Aries, please. There, okay. Okay, insight for Aries. Remain positive, okay, because there's change happening for sure with all these major arcana. Be assertive, they say, and that King of Swords will be right behind you with that. They say get more information. I haven't seen this card in ages. I do feel like with the King of Swords, there may be something that helps enlighten you in this energy in the near future. And they say, don't stop, because good things are on the way for you, Aries. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.